the help that they think they need to help with this issue. And they see everybody who, like Switzerland and Portugal turned their face on it, and they said, okay, fine, we'll still be a part of the treaty, but we're not putting anybody in jail for this. We're going to educate, we're going to provide these substances, and everything. The citizenry were outraged. The government said they were going to do this, and the citizens were just outraged. They said, everybody in the world is going to come here now and get wasted. And that didn't happen. Use among youth has declined. AIDS has declined. Everything is positive about it. So I think, and again, I apologize for the long-winded answer, but it's going to come unraveled, state by state, country by country, at least for marijuana. And if it doesn't happen for the other drugs, I would submit to you that that's 18.9 fewer million people that we have to pursue, which is pretty significant. So the number of people that we're pursuing goes from this to this, just with marijuana. It makes sense for all of it, but that we might not see in my lifetime. But I think marijuana you'll see. And I think you'll see it sooner than later. Yes, ma'am.
Are there a lot of active law enforcement, like police officers that are involved in this, or is there a lot of like
There are two vetted speakers, me and a police officer in Canada, and he's fighting for his job. Any other questions? Yes, in the back.
Do you think that President Obama's recent words on marijuana use will have any effect at all?
Can somebody relay that up to me? I didn't hear that at all.
Do you think Obama's recent words about marijuana will affect the outcome? Or can... Oh.
Here's what I can't do as a vetted speaker for LEAP, is talk about presidential policy that would sound anything like an endorsement for or against any president. To be safe and keep my vetting and my board seat in place, I would suggest to you that when this administration was elected, the president said that he would not conduct raids on approved medical marijuana cooperatives. And in his first 4 years, he raided more medicinal cooperatives than Bush did in 8. And this was very confusing for me. I didn't understand it until I went to the United Nations. I went to the United Nations as an observer. I was appointed to go. I went to Vienna, Austria, and that's when I learned about the conventions. And so when you're going into office, you don't know about this, because most people don't know about this. And when you say, I want to adopt a policy to ease up on this, and they say, well, Mr. President, you really can't, because you got this treaty. And the United Nations, when I was there, was furious at the United States, furious, because we were permitting states to approve of medicinal marijuana and not shutting them down. And they said, you are, as a country, as guilty as the drug dealer. You have a treaty, and you need to uphold it. It's unfair for the United States to tell the rest of these countries that we can't do this, and then you make up your own rules. They were upset. And I sort of get that. So now we have that to deal with. I would also tell you that, and I tell you this with a very heavy heart, because it still bothers me today when I talk about it. I'm a 26-year Army veteran.